Hello there, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name's Gabe, and we have something very special today. We have 140 Pokemon booster packs, ranging from Fusion Strike to Brilliant Stars to Astral Radiance and Evolving Skies. 140. Approximately 40 Brilliant Stars booster packs, 40 Fusion Strike booster packs, 40 Astral Radiance booster packs, and 20 Evolving Skies booster packs. I am so excited to open these. In my hiatus, I have still been collecting, and this is the bounty of my collection, and I feel very, very lucky that I get to open these up with you here today, and I hope we get some amazing fun pulls, some amazing and fun pulls. It's been such a long time since I've gotten to open some packs, and I'm ready. So here we go. I think we're going to start with Brilliant Stars, work our way to the Fusion Strike, move along to Astral Radiance, and end with Evolving Skies. So, I'm going to get these out of the way, and in the meantime, you're going to notice a slightly different format to the video because it's going to be way easier for me to edit it like this, where I just have this on the bottom here, and this is going to be kind of the bigger screen, and then me, my face, you can see my reaction still. I'm going to be in the corner. On one of these corners, you'll see me down here. I think that's going to be easier. All right. And we'll just kind of keep going, keep recording. If you do see some jump cuts, it's because this camera I'm talking to you on can record for 30 minutes. This one up here can only record for 10 minutes at a time. So I'm going to be able to record for about 10 minutes, then I'm going to have to get up there, fix it, hit record again, redo everything. It's a whole process. That's why these videos are often, you might see a jump cut. So anyway, without further ado, Brilliant Stars starting off strong with this Arceus pack. All right. White code card. So as we know, and I'm sure as a lot of you have seen, we are moving along to the Pokemon TCG Live instead of the Pokemon TCG Online. Cynthia's Ambition Reverse Holo and a Manaphy. First one. This is actually wild because this is the reason why we are opening Brilliant Stars tonight. I actually may even do this video in separate chunks on different nights because of how big of a feat this is. That being said, I wanted to open Brilliant Stars first because I needed this card specifically for the Pokemon Regionals that will have either come out or will have passed, or maybe not come out, but will be happening this weekend, the 31st of March, or it may have just passed. And I need that card. I need the Manaphy for my deck. I am running the Lugia deck with a whole bunch of good stuff. The Lugia Archeops deck. And in that deck, I want a Manaphy just in case I go up against a mirror deck or something like the Reverse Holo Blunder Policy and a Luxray as our non-holographic rare. So in case I go up against, what is it? Not Zeraora, it's the other one. Jolteon, not the other one. But yeah, if I go up against a Jolteon, I want to make sure that they can't do any damage to my bench because this card has the ability Wave Veil, which says prevents all damage to your bench Pokemon from attacks. Now that won't guarantee, well, that won't guarantee at all, but that won't stop placing damage. That will simply stop, ooh, look at that, back-to-back Cubchoo. That will simply stop damage done from an attack. And a holographic Empoleon along with that. So yes, as I said, we have approximately 40 of these to get through today. And who knows, we may get through some more, we may get through just these. Little Piplup action, Turtwig, Sneasel, Clink, Reverse Hollow Hunting Gloves, and a Zarude V. All right. I do not love Zarude as a legendary Pokemon, or is it a mythical? I can't remember if it's legendary or if it's mythical. Either way, it just doesn't feel, because I think because I kind of came onto it with, Charon's Care, that's good. Other Cynthia's Ambition. I came on to Pokemon really during the Sword and Shield era, which means Reverse Hollow Collapse Stadium and another Manaphy. Which means that I had Rillaboom, right? I had Rillaboom for one of my starters. So it didn't really feel like this, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4. It didn't really feel having a Zarude, even though it's a mythical from Sun and Moon, I think, it never really felt super, super exciting. Choice Belt, Pachirisu, Starly, Shroomish, Piplup, Minccino. Ooh, nice Reverse Hollow Roseanne's backup, and a holographic Infernape. Alright. As far as my goal for this set, I don't really have any chase cards. Obviously pulling, a fun Arceus card or getting some of those trainer galleries would be very exciting. But there are really no goals other than maybe completing this set. There are 172 regular cards, but of course we have some secrets cards in there. Milcery and Druddigon, I don't know how to say that one. Some of these are very difficult to pronounce. Like Milcery, is it Milcery with that, in French we would call it a cédille with the little C with the little squiggle. Or is it a Milcery? Sometimes you can, figure it out, like Tangela, Dusk Noir, Reverse Hollow. That is a very cool card. That is a very cool looking card. And Muck. Sometimes like Tangela, initially I thought that it might be Tangela. I don't know why I thought that, but I did. And it was like Tangela. Well, it's a tangled bunch of vines, so Tangela makes more sense. So some of them you can kind of feel out, but some of them are completely weird. Charon's Care and an Alchemy. Cool. I think I'm gonna have to start stacking some of these, move these over. All right. That is one of the things that I am thinking about. I'm like, I am running out of space, and I knew I would run out of space quickly, but I did not know how quickly. Grimer and a Wormadam. So far, we're not having too much luck with any, big pulls. We've gotten only one Pokemon V, and that is the Zarude V, which is not really playable in anything. You do not see Zarude V being played in many decks at all. Sneasel and a Moltres. That is a holographic Moltres, and that is very cool looking. I might have one copy of that one. Yeah, you don't really see that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some of the big hitters in this one, obviously, is the Arceus. That is probably the biggest one from this set. Reverse Hollow Buizel, and holy guacamole, there we go. We just hit the gold Arceus V-Star right as we were talking about it. Oh my word. Okay. Here is a beautiful close-up of Arceus V-Star. It has 280 HP and is a normal type Pokemon. For 3 colorless energy, you can do Trinity Nova, which deals 200 damage and says search your deck for up to 3 basic energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon V in any way you like, then shuffle your deck. It also has the V-Star power, which has the ability Starbirth, that says during your turn you may search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. 2 retreat cost and a weakness to fighting type Pokemon. That is insane that we just pulled that. And I'm going to go over there and grab a sleeve real quick because I forgot that if we get a really good card like that, we are going to definitely be sleeving that bad boy. So, sleeve that up. Make sure it's nice and protected. And we'll put that right there so we can see it. Fabulous. Little off-centered, but nothing that I don't love. I'm so happy about that. That's really, really cool. Ugh. What are the odds that we were talking about that and it showed up? That's pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna go check the camera. Camera is good. The worst thing about that camera is that it sometimes just shuts off. Like I will be recording, I have been recording multiple times and the camera just decides to stop recording and then I'll just hear like a click and it'll have turned itself off. Reverse Hollow Minccino and a Wormadam. Another Wormadam. 3 types of Wormadams. Yeah, that is always actually one of the just previous videos that I made. I don't think I will have released it yet, but it is the oh, what's his name? The new Smash Bros. Amiibo. Not Sakai, the fighting guy from Tekken? I don't remember. Whoever that is. I was recording the unboxing of that and all of a sudden I just heard this dreaded click and I was like, great. The entirety of me undoing the like cutting into the box and around it is just wasted now. Staraptor. So when you see that, and because I know that you all watch all of my videos, you'll know that that is actually me faking it. I am actually miming doing it. I am not really cutting into it. Ooh, cool. Holographic Boss's Orders. Yes, in that one I had the little behind the scenes look. I already had it cut. I already had it cut because I didn't record, so I had to do it again. Oh goodness. I like this. This is fun. It's very relaxing. Sock. Ooh, reverse hollow sock. And a Mewtwo. Very cool. Very cool. Eventually, I am hoping that I could potentially get the Mew V deck. Hopefully get a couple staples from the Fusion Strike when we open those up. We'll just have to see. Reverse Hollow Trappage and a Flygon. Alrighty. Good. Still going good. Usually at that like minute and a half mark that it will just cut out. Alrighty. Hunting Gloves. What do Hunting Gloves do? 30 more damage to your opponent's active dragon Pokemon, so the only one that might be useful, well, I don't even know what that would be useful for. Tornadus. I'm trying to remember if Giratina is dragon. Giratina is dragon, definitely. I'm pretty sure. And, ooh. We got a V-Star instead of an energy. Giratina might be a good one to have, or use that against. Reverse Holo Cherubi and a Kingler V. It's a fun little card. Alrighty. And final one in this pile, which should be roughly half, which means that we have opened roughly 20 packs. Alright, where do I put this stuff? Alright. Getting some of those special energies. That's good. First Holo Chimchar and another Empoleon holographic. Cool stuff. Keep on going here. Julianne was asking me how long this video was going to be, and I was like, I have no idea. It could take like an hour maybe. I was like, this segment will probably take 20 to 30 minutes. But with all of these, opening all of them, Reverse Holo Golett and a Luxray non-holographic, I was like, this could take a fairly long time. This video might be like over an hour long, which, as I'm thinking about it, oh boy, I can't wait to edit all of this. It's going to be so much fun. I don't know if you guys know it, I do all the editing. Reverse Holo Piplup and another Tornadus. So any editing you see, if you like the editing, that is me. And if you don't like the editing, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. I have not I do not have a degree in that. My degree is in theater. My degree is not in video editing. Reverse Holotropius. That's pretty cool. And hey, look at that. It's a rainbow rare Kindler. Kindler is a supporter. It says you can use this card only if you discard a fire energy card from your hand. Then look at the top 7 cards of your deck and put up to 2 of them into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. Very, very cool card there. So again, we're going to grab a little one of these. Throw that in there. And again, this is just about protection. Since this one's a little bit more of a rarer card, we want to make sure that it's nice and protected. This one has really nice centering. You can see when I mean centering, the edges are the same on either side. Very cool stuff. So now we have the Arceus V-Star Gold and that Rainbow Kindler. Very cool stuff. I'm going to start throwing those out to the side. Alrighty. Blunder Policy, Roseanne's Backup. This is a really, really good card. Another Tropius, Grimer. Fun stuff. It's just fun opening cards. Monferno and a Wormadam. What have you guys been pulling? Have you gotten any good pulls recently? I really, like I said, have missed getting to open cards up, and I've just been very busy with it. Whoop! We got a Vaporeon Trainer Gallery, which is gorgeous. That is absolutely stunning. We'll take a look at that in a second. And a Heatran. Let's go back to this Vaporeon. Look at that Trainer Gallery card. That has got to be one of my favorites. I remember seeing this and just thinking how pretty it was. It has the ability Torrential Awakening, which says if this Pokemon has a memory capsule attached, Fire Pokemon in play have no abilities, which is pretty good. And it can attack for 70 damage using Aurora Beam for 1 water and 1 colorless energy. Only has 110 HP, but it is weak to lightning and a retreat cost of 2, which kind of unfortunate. But so the viability is not great, but the card itself is just gorgeous. Really like having that. I almost would love to have that in like a full, just like a painting of that almost, you know, just like a big blown up version of that. That's a really pretty card. And right when you least expect it too, you see that? That's a white code card. Typically the black code cards are the ones that have something really good in them. When you least expect it, the trainer gallery pops up. Reverse Hollow Golett and a Golurk. Very cool. It's always kind of fun when that works out. You have the base form and then the evolution. Yes, so the primary reason I've been absent is due to the fact that I am currently completing my master's, but I'm also working full-time, which means that I have very little free time. And a Clink Clang, very neat. The master's is extremely fun. I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm learning a lot about it, about the subject area. I just actually finished conducting my research, but lordy, am I tired. Just come home wiped. Reverse Hollow Staryu, and hey, look at that. That is an Arceus V. This is Arceus V. This is the basic form of the Arceus V star that we pulled. 220 HP, and it's a normal type colorless Pokemon. 2 colorless energy, and you can do Trinity Charge, which says search your deck for up to 3 basic energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon V in any way you like. Then shuffle your deck. And for 3 colorless energy, you can do Power Edge, which deals 130 damage, retreat cost of 2, and a weakness to fighting type Pokemon. Really a pretty card. It's actually, what's interesting is, I mean, it's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, it is gorgeous. I feel like in the, and again, I'm going to be sleeving this up while I talk. In the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online and Pokemon Trading Card Live, and just, you know, pictures of this card, I feel like it's more vibrant in pictures and online because this is pretty muted, actually. Like, again, it's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. The gold and the brown from the mountains really complement each other. The white complements, you know, the gold, like, sunset that's happening behind. It's a beautiful card, but it definitely feels a little more muted than I thought it would be. So it's interesting to see that. So far, some pretty solid pulls. Very excited to keep pulling these. Let's hope we get something. Keep our luck up. If we are to pull something like that for, oh, so cool. That is the Trainer Gallery Octillery, and this Octillery is a Rapid Strike. Oh, you gotta check that out. Actually, hold on, we're gonna go to the next one. We got that Garchomp, which is a holographic Garchomp. Very cool, very cool. But look at this Octillery. 110 HP, it's a water type Pokemon. Rapid Strike Pokemon. It evolves from Remoraid, so it's only a stage 1 Pokemon, which isn't too bad. And it has Rapid Strike Search, which is huge for the Malamar deck. Malamar deck is a 1 prize card deck where you are doing damage based on the number of Rapid Strike cards in your hand that you want to put back into your deck. With this Rapid Strike search, it says once during your turn, you may search your deck for a Rapid Strike card, reveal it, and put it in your hand, then shuffle your deck. You can't use more than one Rapid Strike search ability each turn. So this card is really primarily for its Rapid Strike search ability, where you're going to take a Rapid Strike card from your hand. You can use this to either evolve your Inkay into Malamar so that you can start hitting your opponent's Pokemon, or you can just draw out maybe Karina's Focus. You can do so many things with this because of the Rapid Strike search, and that's really, really useful. On top of it just being, bringing something into your deck that's going to deal 30 damage in the long run because of those, I can't remember what it is, Rapid Strike Tentacles, something like that Malamar has. That is the attack that it has. Really, really cool Octillery. Very happy to have that. I would love to have all of the trainer gallery, but I think there are like 100 cards in the trainer gallery, which is just a lot of cards. Baltoy, Reverse Hollow Dedenne, another Golurk. Oh goodness. So yeah, it's pretty late. Came home from work, did some master's stuff, working on my research and my thesis. Well, not really thesis. Technically it's a non-thesis master's program. Reverse Hollow Chinchino. Gosh, that looks really nice. That sparkly, colorless energy type background with the snow. That looks really nice. And another Staraptor. So yeah, it's a master's in art education, administration, and policy. And it is not a thesis program because I am taking it fully online. So not a thesis program, but I'm still conducting research, and it's like I have to present my research and do everything that a thesis program basically would. Reverse Hollow Hitmontop and a Luxray. I have to do all the stuff, but I don't actually defend like an oral thesis, which is what you would do in a master's program. So technically it is a non-thesis master's, but it's still a master's degree. So that was a little bit of a technical difficulty. If you noticed that little jump, I did not realize that this camera stopped recording. So that's really, really fun. Reverse Hollow Throw and a Motham. I think you might have missed like 30 seconds, but nothing really exciting happened. We didn't have any major pulls. Nothing yet. You just missed me talking about my master's program if you missed. Ah, darn it. We got this awesome Dedenne. Look at that. Another full, or not a full art, but a trainer gallery and a Haxorus. Let's take a closer look at this Dedenne. This is the trainer gallery Dedenne. It is a psychic type Pokemon with 70 HP. For 1 psychic energy, you can do Dead Flash, which deals 20 plus damage, and says if your opponent has exactly 1 prize card remaining, this attack does 60 more damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Retreat cost of 1 and a weakness to Steel type Pokemon. Let's go ahead and put this in a little cover. Interesting Pokemon. You don't really see that too much in play. It's not too competitively viable. I would love to see something like that get in play, but right now, nothing really in the meta plays that deck, because it's a pretty specific effect needed. And a holographic professor's research. All right, we got 4 more to go. And I know, I can tell you that I am not going to be recording more tonight. How do I know this? Because this camera up here is about to die, and I'm hoping that I can get through these next 3 packs without the battery dying. I saw it blinking red, and that's not a good sign. So, I will continue opening tomorrow. Don't worry, it will not be going anywhere. This space will be in the exact spot we left it. Alrighty. Ooh, Spiritomb, very cool. Axew, Wormadam, another Mewtwo. 2 packs left. Can I... Ooh, it's a black code card. Could be something really exciting. Could also not be. Alrighty. Oh, I see some shiny. Oh, no, I don't. That's so funny. Sometimes you can see the little shine around it. Apparently, I was mistaken. Alright. Final one for Brilliant Stars. Got that V-Star, Friends and Galar, Executor, Pot Helmet, Throw, Shroomish, Piplup, Turtwig, Sneasel, Reverse Hollow Snorunt, and a Clefable, which actually, never mind. I'm thinking of the Pokemon Go one, so never mind. That one is fine. It's a decent Pokemon, but like it's not the one that I thought it was, so never mind. Amazing, and now we will move on, did that on purpose, obviously, to our Fusion Strike. Again, we've got about 40 packs here. Look at that spread. That is really, really fun. All right, let's actually put these kind of over there. And we can start opening these up. Alrighty, 2, 3, 4. Now, unfortunately, these don't have any of the trainer galleries in them, which the Brilliant Stars did. Oh, Sandygast, very cool. And a holographic Starmie. I love, love, love the trainer galleries from Brilliant Stars. I think they look so nice, and I just really like them. Now they've got new ones in the Scarlet and Violet Reverse Hollow Swadloon and a Huntail. They've got even more in the Scarlet and Violet decks that they are, or not decks, but booster packs in the new Scarlet and Violet set, which is really exciting. I can't remember what it's called, but I'm going to be opening those here very soon, and we will hopefully find out. Reverse Hollow Heliolisk, and, hey, a Boltund VMAX. Very cool. We do not have this card. Boltund VMAX is a Lightning-type Pokemon and has 320 HP. For 1 Lightning Energy and 1 Colorless Energy, you can do Bolt Storm, which deals 30 plus damage, and says this attack does 30 more damage for each Lightning Energy attached to all of your Pokemon. And for 2 Lightning and 1 Colorless, you can do Max Bolt, which deals 230 damage, and says during your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Max Bolt. Weakness to Fighting-type Pokemon and a retreat cost of 2. Very cool. As always, we're gonna put that little guy in a sleeve so he stays nice and fresh. Nice and fresh for us. Here we are. First big hit, Boltund VMAX. Yeah, I do really wish that I could remember the name of the trainer gallery cards for Scarlet and Violet. but I've got a couple on the way, a couple ETBs, one of the Scarlet and one of the Violet. I'm very excited about it. Reverse Holo Beware and, hey, Dragapult, holographic Dragapult even. That is super cool. Gosh, I love Dragapult so much. Dragapult is one of my absolute all-time favorite Pokemon. That was actually, and you guys know this, my first TCG deck that I built for anything and for a regional. So that is super exciting. I went there last year to Indianapolis and I played the Dragapult VMAX deck, which was not very good. Kangaskhan Reverse Holo, very cool. And an Absol. It was not good with the current meta, which, thinking back on it, the current meta was the Arceus V-Star. The V-Stars had just come out, and so there was a ton of stuff that was like new and changing and all that, and I think that Reverse Holo Sizzlipede and a Claydol. I'm trying to remember if it was like 2 weeks after rotation that I played, or if it was like 2 weeks before rotation that Indianapolis was. I don't remember. But either way, it was really, really exciting, but I got absolutely clapped. Reverse Holo Morpeko, and hey, look at that! Chandelure V, very cool. That's some cool artwork there, I really like that. Chandelure V is a fire-type Pokemon with 200 HP. For 1 fire energy, you can do Confuse Ray, which just simply says your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. And then for 1 fire and 1 colorless, you can do Poltergeist, which deals 40 times damage and says your opponent reveals their hand. This attack does 40 damage for each trainer card you find there. Weakness to water energy and a retreat cost of 2. Alrighty, put that V in there. Any of our V or VMAX, V-Star, Secret Rares, anything like that, we'll put in our stuff there. Obviously, I have our cards still around here. Look at all those from the Brilliant Stars packs. Got those nice and sleeved. Anyway, I highly, highly recommend going to a regional tournament if you have the opportunity to. It is so much fun getting to just play Pokemon with a bunch of people who really, really like Pokemon and understand it really well. Reverse Holo Minun, very cute, and a Palisand, very nice. The rotation is happening this year after the Fort Wayne regionals, which is cool because my deck would be Garbaggio if it were not before the rotation. Reverse Holo Voltorb. Look at that artwork. Very cool. And a holographic Steelix. I want to make sure that I said that right because I feel like I said that wrong. Rotation is after Fort Wayne. So that means go to Fort Wayne and then I'll be able to play my deck. And then after that, it's like the week after because it's March 31st. No, it'll be April 7th, I think, because it comes out on March 31st. Scarlet and Violet comes out on March 31st. Reverse Holo Clobbopus and a Toxtricity. Very nice. Scarlet and Violet, the set, TCG set, drops on the March 31st. And the the Fort Wayne Regional is March 31st through April 2nd. So, Reverse Holo Impidimp and another Starmie holographic. That one feels really thick. Yes, March 31st through April 2nd which means that the rotation usually happens 2 weeks after, which I, for some reason I feel like it's the rotation, maybe it's the rotation happens April 7th-ish, and you can't play Scarlet and Violet in a thing until 2 weeks after it releases, so then you can't play it in a tournament until like April 14th. I think that might be what it is. Reverse Hollow Skitty, and hey, very, very cool Mew V. Awesome. I'm trying to make a deck for Julianne and I to kind of play against, so this is really exciting to get. I don't think I actually have any Mew V cards or VMAX cards, so very exciting to actually have this. This is Mew V. It is a Psychic type Pokemon which deals which has 180 HP. It's a Fusion Strike Pokemon. For one colorless, you can do Energy Mix, which says search your deck for an energy card and attach it to one of your Fusion Strike Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. And for one Psychic and one colorless, you can do Psychic Leap, which deals 70 damage and says you may shuffle this Pokemon and all attached cards into your deck. Weak to Dark and a resistance to fighting with a retreat cost of none. I'm sure everyone is very, very familiar with this card at this point. Anybody who's playing TCG, very aware of Mew and kind of the destruction that it causes. And Mew is going to be relevant for a long time. Most people don't want to hear that, but Mew is going to be relevant for a very, very long time. Alrighty. Got that Reverse Hollow Indeedee, and hey, another Dragapult. We're gonna keep the Dragapults here for good luck. All of our Dragapults. Alright. Yeah, Mew is almost resistant to change. Somehow it always finds a way to survive. So like, I think it's been through 2 now. 2 rotations and it's still kicking butt. Another Reverse Hollow Skitty and a Boltund V. Look at that. We've got a Boltund V for our VMAX now. Boltund V is an electric type Pokemon with 200 HP. For 1 electric energy, you can do Smash Turn, which deals 30 damage and says you may switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. And for 2 lightning and a colorless energy, you can do Electro Bullet, which deals 120 damage and says this attack also does 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Weak to fighting type Pokemon, resistance to none, and a retreat cost of 1. Very cool. Lots of fun V Pokemon right now. I would love to get all of our pulls so far. Let me get that over there. Just kind of start stacking up a little bit. Got some really fun pulls so far. I would really love to pull the Gengar VMAX Alt Art out of this set, because that is one of my favorite cards from this set, is that Gengar VMAX Alt Art. I'm realizing how many of these have that, we pulled a Single Strike, a Fusion Strike, a Rapid Strike all out of this same one. So many of these have a specific type to them. Reverse Hollow Mankey and a Meloetta. Again, this is great. I don't have a Meloetta, and that is awesome for the Mew deck that we play. 1, 2, 3, 4. You gotta have a Meloetta. I think there's only one in a Mew deck, but you gotta have one, and now we have it. I love Rotom too. Rotom is so cool. Reverse Hollow Jigglypuff. Julianne is going to love that one. And a Gorbis. Very cool. What decks are you guys currently running? Because, and are they going to change after rotation? Like I said, I run the Lugia deck right now, the Lugia V-Star. But after rotation, I'm going to have to switch it up a little bit. Reverse Hollow Ninetales. That is gorgeous. That is absolutely stunning artwork. I love that. And a Golem. Yeah, I'll either need to switch it up. I really like another one that I feel like I would like to play. I think it always looks fun is Lost Box, but my word, you have to be, I feel like, really, really conscientious of resources and just everything if you play that deck. Ball Toy, Reverse Hollow, and hey, look at that, a Dodrio V. Dodrio V is a normal type Pokemon with 200 HP. It's also a Rapid Strike Pokemon. For 1 colorless energy, you can do No Reprieve, which deals 20 damage and says during your next turn, this Pokemon's attack do 80 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. And for 3 colorless energy, you can do Rampage Drill, which deals 160 damage and says this Pokemon also does 30 damage to itself. Weak to lightning type Pokemon, resistance to fighting type Pokemon, and a retreat cost of 1. Alrighty, let's throw that in there. Again, we're getting a huge, huge variance in our Pokemon that we're pulling. Like, this might actually be really good to complete the set. I've also started, like collecting the full set of each of these, so that's really fun. But this one is like spot on for doing that because of how many we've pulled. Reverse Hollow Sizzlipede and Arcanine. Arcanine's so cool. Let's see here. So yeah, Lost Box, and then same with the Reggies. I feel like Reggies are, again, so much fun to play, so cool to play against, but that resource, you've got to have really good resource management. Oh my goodness, look at that! This is Julianne's favorite evolution, is the Azurill Meryl and Azumarill. Helioptile, Reverse Hollow Choodle, and Greedent V, our favorite! I hate Greedent so much. Alright, Greedent is a colorless Pokemon, or it's, yeah, colorless, tasteless, it's terrible. No, Greedent is a normal type Pokemon with 210 HP. For 2 colorless energy, you can do Body Slam, which deals 40 damage and says flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. And then for 3 colorless, you can do Nom 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 Incisors, which deals 120 damage and says draw 3 cards. Weak to fighting type Pokemon, resistance to none, and a retreat cost of 2. I'm going to shamefully put that in there, strictly because it's a Pokemon V, not because I like it. I don't know what I have against Greedent. I think it's Sword and Shield was just so annoying to like get around all of them that I just did not enjoy. I did not like those. Frostmoth, one of my favorite ones, not one of my coolest. Eevee, it's a cute Eevee. Ooh, very cool. Reverse Hollow Landorus and nice Gengar V. All right, we are pulling Vs like they are just candy right now. Gengar V is a dark type Pokemon with 210 HP. It is also a single strike Pokemon. For 2 dark energy, you can do Dark Slumber, which deals 40 damage and says your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. And for 3 dark energy, you can do Pain Explosion, which deals 190 damage and says put 3 damage counters on this Pokemon. Weak to fighting type Pokemon, resistance to none, and a retreat cost of 2. I do actually have a copy of this one because I really wanted to, during the while I was making the deck to like counter Mew, because I hated going up against Mew, I wanted to make an Umbreon, no. Was it? Yeah, Umbreon V deck with some Gengar. I did not end up doing it. I think I have, what is that Umbreon? I feel like it wasn't Umbreon. Might have been Umbreon. I'll think of it in a minute. Reverse Hollow Stantler, that's a cool card. And an Oricorio, again, perfect. We need this for our Fusion Strike, or for our Mew V deck. Yeah, Gengar, I wanted to put into the dark deck that I was building to, like, straight counter Mew. Why can I not remember what that is? It's not Umbreon. I did get an Umbreon V, but that wasn't the one that I was building around, I don't think. Another reverse hollow Stantler and an Electrode. What was it? I don't know. It'll come to me. Gengar V. Oop, not there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turtonator's so cool. Pyukumuku. I love this one. This card has the ability Pitch a Pyukumuku, which I think is just hilarious. Just like, bye-bye. Qfont, Impidimp, Baltoy, Reverse Hollow, and a Goodra. Very cool. Very cool. Alright. So yeah, we're looking for that Gengar VMAX Altart. Obviously, if we got the Moonbreon, which is the Umbreon, I think it's Umbreon VMAX. If we got that one, Reverse Hollow Mudkip, and another Meloetta. Great. If we got that one, that would be like the best pull that we could possibly have. That one is just like insanely rare. It's like 1 out of like 3,000, I think, or something like that. It might be less. It's probably 1 out of 800 or something. But it feels like it's 1 out of 3,000, and it also goes for like $1 billion. Look at that! That is cool. That is not the alt art, but that is still really, really, really cool. This is Gengar VMAX. Look at that. Dark type Pokemon with 320 HP, and it is a single strike Pokemon. For 2 Dark Energy, you can do Fear and Panic, which deals 60 times damage, and says this attack does 60 damage for each of your opponent's Pokemon V and Pokemon GX in play. And for 3 Dark Energy, you can do G-Max Swallow Up, which deals 250 damage and says during your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. Weak to fighting type Pokemon, a resistance to none, and a retreat cost of 3. Now the Fear and Panic, for each of your opponent's Pokemon V and GX, obviously that came out when GX was still in the meta and you could, or in the rotation, and you could still play it Pokemon GX. Now that would not be related to the Pokemon EX, which is with Scarlet and Violet. So it would not count if you had an opponent with a bunch of 6 EX in play, Pokemon EX. You would deal 0 damage because there are no V or GX. No V or GX. It's only EX. So it's an important specification because something like Scoop Up Net only specifies that you can't use it on Pokemon V or Pokemon GX. You're allowed to use it with Pokemon EX. So for the next week, that's a possibility. Before rotation, I mean. Because you have like Mimikyu EX, and you can scoop that. Reverse Hollow Schoolgirl, gosh darn it. I hate Greedent so much. Alright, this is actually really cool though. This is I really like this one because of the fall leaves in the background. This is the full art Greedent V, which is a colorless Pokemon. Again, it has that 210 HP. I'm not going to read it all out again because you already heard it. It's the same thing as before, but look at how pretty it is. It's very pretty. It's much better than the original one. I like this artwork a lot better than the original one. So we got that going for us, at least. Let's put that in there. Oh, goodness. All right, let's put our Dragapults. We're going to put our Dragapults up here, leading the way. I know you might not be able to see him. Here we go. Here we go. This is, impressive how many things we've pulled so far. We still have another, 10, 12 packs. So, cool. Let's keep opening. Again, hoping for that Gengar still. Maybe the Umbreon VMAX, Moonbreon. I doubt it. Don't have my Judge. Hello, Judge. That is going to be very useful in rotation because that is going to be new Marnie. So Waddle, Reverse Hollow Krogunk, another Golem. Lots of Golems. Yeah, man, this is awesome. I feel like we have pulled so many good good cards out of this deck, or such a variety of cards out of this deck, or this expansion. I'm gonna have almost a full binder. First Hollow Corviknight, and it was a holographic Galarian Obstagoon, but it was dark. I thought that was the. I'm getting myself psyched up. I'm getting myself psyched up. Okay, I gotta calm down. I don't think we're gonna pull it. There's no way. Dynamo, what a cute little fish. Could you imagine though if we did pull it? Wow, that'd be cool. Reverse Hollow Swadloon and a Granbull. Alright, that's a Gengar on the front. Maybe it'll be a Gengar in the back? No, it's not how that works. Alright, keep it going. Simisage. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like Sydney, dude, we've pulled like all of them. We haven't pulled all the reverse hollows, obviously, because that'd be insane. But like we have so many. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Cinderace VMAX. Wow. Wow. That is cool. That is like a very sparkly card. The texture on that is really wild, man. The texture on the fireball there, I don't know if you can see it, but wow, that is cool. Cinderace VMAX is a fire-type Pokemon with 320 HP, and it is a single-strike Pokemon. For 1 fire and 3 colorless, you can do G-Max Fireball, which deals 230 damage, and says your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. Weak to water-type energy, resistance to none, and a retreat cost of 2. That's a really cool pull. That is extra special. That is very cool. All right, out of the 40 packs, we have, or no, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 packs left, so this has been like a 1 in 3 pull rate, which is like actually insane. That is really, really good for what Fusion Strike. Fusion Strike was kind of a fusion miss. Reverse Hollow Baltoy and a Huntail again. Oop, get back there. I love the names that people come up with for each set. Evolving Skies is Evolving Cries. I'm just realizing right now that the reason, I'm such an idiot, the reason we're not going to pull the Moonbreon from the Fusion Strike is because it's not in this one. I have been thinking that because it's in Evolving Skies. And we have Evolving Skies to open up. We're going to open it last specifically to get it, but I don't know why I confuse the two. That's silly. So we're looking for the Gengar. That's all we're looking for. Or as Julianne puts it, the Gengar. I don't know why that's so silly. People who like watch this video and then stop like right before this moment that I realize it are gonna be like, this guy's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about. This guy's an idiot. I figured it out. Galarian Meowth, Reverse Hollow, very cool. And a Maractus. How's that a rare card? That's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm dumb. Not good at Pokemon. Sometimes I'm not good at Pokemon. That's alright. Sometimes we're not good at everything, and that's okay. We're not all perfect. Like losing my stuff. I think I have a full playset of the Battle VIP passes now, which is cool. That is adorable. That looks like it belongs in the Pokemon Cafe remix. Clam Pearl Reverse Hollow Corviknight. And Copperajah, Zoroark, Snom, the biggest and baddest. Reverse Hollow Delcatty, and another Meloetta. Beautiful. Alright, 5 packs to go. At this rate, we should have, or this will be our next hit, because this has been 3 since our last one, I think. Again, look at all those Battle VIP passes. I got some to spare. Glaring Cold Solo, we haven't even seen that one yet. Reverse Hollow Impidimp. And a Toxtricity. 1, 2, 3. We got 4 more, including this one. Have you guys migrated to live yet? Because I haven't migrated, sorry. I have started playing on live, but I have not migrated. I need to get a few things in order before I officially migrate. Reverse Hollow Delcatty and a Kangaskhan. Again, like we haven't even seen that one. We haven't even seen that. It's so cool. We've got like a full play set. Not a full play set, but like we've got a full set. Minus all the like ridiculous cards like the V and VMAX and all that jazz. We've got basically a full set here, which is really, really, really cool. Ooh, I almost missed that. Reverse Hollow Luxio and a Gorbis. Again, do I think Gorbis should be a rare? No. Not personally. But I'm not a Pokemon expert. I'm just a guy named Gabe who likes to play Pokemon and look at Pokemon and hang out with the Pokemonsters. Reverse Hollow Impidimp and an Absol. Our final pack, Boltund. Zit! The final Fusion Strike pack that we are opening. Alright. So many spongy gloves. Meryl. Reverse Hollow Vulpix and another Clay Doll. Alright. That is it for these. Alright. Moving them over here. Now, unlike apparently Fusion Strike, I do know what's in these. I would love a Palkia V set so that I could play that. Palkia V was really good in this set when it came out. Oh, Togepi. Reverse Hollow Unidentified Fossil, and already starting strong with a Lucario V. Lucario V is a fighting type Pokemon with 210 HP. It does it does not. For 2 colorless energy, it does Crushing Punch, which deals 50 damage and says discard a special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Very useful. And for a fighting type and 2 colorless energy, you can do Cyclone Kick, which deals 120 damage. Weakness to Psychic type Pokemon with a resistance to none and a retreat cost of 2. Kind of struggled through reading that one. Reverse Hollow Unidentified Fossil. That is hard to say. That is very hard to say. So yes, as I was saying before, this one went really hard on the Palkia and Dialga, specifically the origin form, Dialga and Palkia. I think that's what I just said. It's late, I'm so tired. Reverse Hollow Psyduck, and a Starmie V. Okay, that's okay. All right, Starmie V is a water type Pokemon with 190 HP. For 2 colorless energy, you can do Swift, which deals 50 damage and says this attack's damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance or by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. For 2 water energy, you can do Energy Spiral, which deals 50 times damage and says this attack does 50 damage for each energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. weakness to lightning type Pokemon, resistance to none, and retreat cost of 0. This, I believe, is part of the Palkia deck because of the free retreat cost and solid counter to any solid counter to all the energies. That's cool. That could be on certain deck types. Reverse Hollow Grant and a Mamoswine. Very nice. I'd be interested to see if we get as good of pulls on this one. We did not get as many pulls with Brilliant Stars, but we got better pulls. So we got more pulls with Fusion Strike, but we got better pulls with Brilliant Stars. Oh, and I forgot, we have the Trainer Gallery back with Astral Radiance. This is Phalanx. Wow. We got a Miss Magius. Now let's take a quick look at this Phalanx. 110 HP fighting type Pokemon and a Rapid Strike Pokemon. You can do Rapid Strike Squad, which deals 20 times damage, which says also this attack does 20 damage for each of your Rapid Strike Pokemon in play. And it costs 1 fighting energy and a colorless energy. Weak to Psychic type Pokemon, resistance to none, and a retreat cost of 2. But wow, look at that. And you got Bia in the background. That is quite an exceptional one. Quite an exceptional Trainer Gallery. We do not have that one. Always love Trainer Gallery. Gosh, they're so cool. Canceling Cologne. Super important for a lot of different things. The Eternatus VMAX, another Reverse Hollow Grant, and a Hisuian Avalugg. Canceling Cologne is super important for Manaphy. If you play against Manaphy, let's say you're playing Lugia and you're playing a mirror deck where they also are playing Manaphy, and you want to use your Raikou to deal 100 damage to them and their active and their bench. If you boss up the Manaphy and then Canceling Cologne it, you can. Wow, we got a Radiant Greninja. That's really good. And a Hisuian Decidueye V. Wow, these are two some of the best pulls. Wow, that's really impressive. Okay, Radiant Greninja V is super important. Take a look at this because it's a gorgeous card. Firstly, it's a Water type Pokemon, and both things really on this are things that you're going to be using. Concealed cards. You must discard an energy from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw 2 cards. This is one of the biggest motors in the deck, motors in the game right now, where you can get more cards into your hand. But also, Moonlight Shuriken is super good. 2 water energy and a colorless energy. It says discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 90 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. Could be benched, doesn't have to be. You get to choose. Weakness to lightning type Pokemon, resistance to none, and a retreat cost of 1. This is great for Eternatus decks. You can get a double knockout because you can get 2. If you have 2 Coughings, boom, 1/2 gone. It's really important, and it's a staple in almost every deck, which is really impressive. It's really impressive. So that is very cool that we got that. And now let's take a look at this Hisuian Decidueye V. This is a fighting type Pokemon with 220 HP. This for 1 colorless, for 1 fighting, you can do Mountain Hunt, which says search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. And for a fighting type and 2 colorless, you can do Close Quarters Shooting, which deals 100 damage, and says this attack's damage isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. Weakness to Psychic type Pokemon, resistance to none, and a retreat cost of 2. A lot of times I've seen Hisuian Decidueye V and V Star, I think it is. Is it V Max or V Star? I don't remember. I've seen that one in a couple of decks now, just as kind of a toolkit card. It's a really good tool card. What do I mean by tool card or a tool deck? Well, you use that deck like a toolbox. You have different tools for different situations. If you need to shut something down real quick, you might use that, and they have no, like very little HP, you might use this Moonlight Shuriken. If you need something here that's weak to fighting type Pokemon, you can do that. Or if you need some, you can draw cards. There's a whole lot that you can do with these kind of decks. So that's kind of neat. Petalil, Reverse Hollow Scyther, and an Absol. Very cool. This one feels very thick. 2, 3, 4. This feels like there's more than 10 cards here. It's weird. It's funny feeling like the difference between packs when you're like, oh, I'm touching a lot of these. A lot of tactile, Reverse Hollow Stantler, and a Hisuian Overquill. Like I'm touching a lot of these, so like I'm feeling the like minimal weight difference or whatever. That's probably nothing, like it's probably not actually a thing, but it feels a little bit like I can feel slightly thicker or maybe not as thick. This looks like we might have a... Oh! What? Oh! This is a trainer gallery. This is a trainer gallery Shadow Rider Calyrex V. Wow. Hisuian Basculegion. Let's look at this Shadow Rider Calyrex V. That's why it had me confused, because I was like, what is this? Shadow Rider Calyrex V, trainer gallery edition of this. It still has that really, really nice texture on it. Very, very cool. And the artwork is obviously just gorgeous. It is a Psychic type Pokemon with 210 HP. For 1 Psychic energy, you can do Shadow Mist, which deals 10 damage and says during your opponent's next turn, they can't play any special energy or stadium cards from their hand. And then 3 colorless energy, you can do Astral Barrage, which says choose 2 of your opponent's Pokemon and put 5 damage counters on each of them. Weak to Dark type Pokemon, resistance to Fighting type Pokemon, and a retreat cost of 2. That kind of caught me off guard because of I forgot that the trainer gallery can be Pokemon V. I think that was a change in this Astral Radiance set. I don't think it was the case in Brilliant Stars. It was just in this one and for the future ones. But I think it was a change. So that's very cool that we got that. Moving along. 2, 3, 4. That's so cool. I'm still like, I totally forgot about that. I don't even know what we were talking about before that. That's all right. Talking about toolboxes and stuff. Reverse Hollow Poochyena and a Shaman, so cute. Toolboxes. Lots of toolboxes. Toolbox decks are very, very useful. Like Lost Boxes. Called Lost Box because it's a Lost Zone toolbox deck. Reverse Hollow Hoot and a Mesprit. Wow, very cool. What am I doing? I'm some out of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I need to go back and play Pokemon Legends Arceus. That's what this set is from. Reverse Hollow Kamado and a Weird Ear V. Weird Ear V is a normal type Pokemon with 220 HP. It has the ability Frontier Road, which says once during your turn, when this Pokemon moves from your bench to the active spot, you may move any amount of energy from your other Pokemon to it. For 3 colorless energy, you can do Psy Shield Bash, which deals 40 times damage and says this attack does 40 damage for each energy attached to this Pokemon. Weak to fighting type Pokemon, resistance to none, and retreat cost of 2. That's really cool. This is like, it's really cool how the light is refracting off of this area right up there with the blue and the pink. The blue and the pink. What am I doing? Which way am I going? Yeah, this one. We've got already a lot. We've only opened like a third. It's kind of wild. We've only opened a third. And, ooh, that one's weird. Oh, that one's weird. Oh, that's weird. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only opened a third, and we've already got 7 pulls. Oh, look at that. Double Combi, reverse hollow and hollow. Look at that. And a Hisuian Braviary. Yes, I'm sure you guys know this, but this set is from Pokemon Legends Arceus, and it is a really good game. If you haven't actually played the video game version of this one, highly recommend it. It does take a little bit of time to get into. Hey, look at that, Regice. That is part of the Reggie deck. And it is reverse hollow, which is cool. And we have a Cleavor. Gosh, there's so many decks that I want to make. The Regice, the Reggies, which uses Regice, and the Mew V, and the Palkia V. There's so many fun decks to make. Let's see here. What do we got? Reverse hollow unidentified fossil and a Togekiss. Oh yeah, Pokemon Legends Arceus. Really good game. Really good game. Little slow to get into. It certainly picks up, but at the beginning it's like, go here. Oh look, do this task. Go here. Oh look, do this task. We have a good card at the end here. Hisuian Typhlosion, reverse hollow, and a Hisuian Lilligant V. Look at that. This is a grass type Pokemon with 200 HP for a no energy. You don't need anything. You can just do this. As your attack, you can say dance gracefully, and you can have the effect. I don't even know. They rarely have this, so I don't even know how to talk about this. You don't need any energy to do this attack. You can just do this attack. It's dance gracefully, and it says draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. And then for 2 grass energy and a colorless, you can do leaf step, which deals 130 damage. Weakness to fire type Pokemon, resistance to none, and a retreat cost of 2. That's so weird. That's very weird. Talking about that one. Trying to think of the other one that has that. There's another one that I just got, or I just saw that you can do that. Arcanine has one where you can do that. Zisu. I don't remember how big this is. 189, but that's just 189 on the set. Reverse hollow Togetic, or Togetic, and a Hisuian Braviary. $189, but then we have the secret rares and all that stuff. So, plus the trainer gallery, which I don't count. I count that as something separate. Do you guys count it as something separate? Or is that part of your part of it? Like, you got to collect all of it. Reverse hollow Magneton and another Hisuian Avalugg. Obviously, you got to collect all of it because you got to collect all the cards. You got it. But do you count it as part of the set, or do you count it as something different? Because I count it as something different. But I also just started, so I might. Well, I didn't just start, but I just started like sorting them in binders instead of sorting them alphabetically into boxes. Hisuian Overclow, reverse hollow, and another Absol. Man, we getting tons of Absols tonight. Yeah, my previous method for storing and like sorting cards and all that stuff was more for play rather than collection. Now I'm trying to do a little bit of both. So like I am I've got a couple binders that I'm putting the 9-page card sleeves into. Hey, look at that. This is a Trainer Gallery Gardevoir. Let's see what our Ursaluna. Okay. Let's look at this Gardevoir a little closer. Psychic type Pokemon, 140 HP. It is a Trainer Gallery. Has the ability Shining Arcana, which says once during your turn you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck and attach any number of basic energy cards you find there to your Pokemon in any way you like. Put the other cards into your hand. And for 3 colorless energy, you can do Brainwave, which deals 60 plus damage and says this attack does 30 more damage for each psychic energy attached to this Pokemon. Weakness to Steel type Pokemon, resistance to none, and a retreat cost of 2. Very cool. Again, I don't have this one. I'm trying to remember if, I think I got like 2 singles for the Trainer Gallery. I don't remember. But I love them. I think they're cool. They're so cool. Right, hold on one second. I'm getting a little, that snack's getting a little thick. All right. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the binders. Reverse Holo Kricketo and a holographic Cleavor. So I was just putting all of the cards. I had them very nicely sorted. All the Pokemon. Whoa, that was weird. All the Pokemon went into a bunch of different ones. They were labeled alphabetically, sorted, and like separated with the ETB separators and by name. It's really good. Reverse Holo Heracross and whoa, look at that! Hisuian Samurott V-Star. Beautiful card, absolutely gorgeous, and a fun deck to play. Dark type Pokemon, 270 HP. For 2 dark energy, you can do Merciless Blade, which deals 110 plus damage and says if your opponent's active Pokemon already has any damage counters on it, this attack does 110 more damage. And then V-Star Power is an ability this time, which is Moon Cleave Star, and says during your turn you may put 4 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. So essentially you have the ability to do 260 damage to any one Pokemon. No, 260, and then 290 if that Pokemon is a Pokemon V, and you have a choice band on it. Is it choice belt, choice band? One of them. I can't remember. I remember I got it wrong initially, and I was like, yes, I need this card. I went to go get a single of it because I didn't have it back when I was playing the Dragapult deck, and I was like, I need a choice belt? And they're like, choice band? Yes, no? And now I don't remember which one was the wrong one because I'm just so used to seeing it. Reverse Holo Gallade, that's a cool card, and a Diancie. Diancie is very cool, specifically for the ability Princess's Curtain, which says as long as this Pokemon's in the active spot, whenever your opponent plays a supporter card from their hand, prevent all effects of this card done to your bench basic Pokemon. So basically, if that's in the active spot and somebody throws down a boss's order, ain't happening. Ain't getting bossed up. Or something else isn't, at least. Which is ideal. You can protect your bench from that. Alright. So everything was in a couple of ETBs. Actually, not a couple. It was more than a couple. All the Pokemon. And then I had like a supporter one. I had a item ETB. Reverse Holo Arcanine. Hisuian Arcanine. That's a cool card. And another Hisuian Avalugg. Good lord. So each one was in like basically its own ETB, and they were sorted and all that other stuff. It's really a good system. But then I was like, well, I have so many now that I'd like to create a binders to showcase all of them. Look at that, Galarian Obstagoon and a Hisuian Decidueye. That's another one where you don't need any energy to play it. Let's go to this Galarian Obstagoon Trainer Gallery version. We've got Piers and that Galarian Obstagoon. Very, very cool artwork. This is a Dark-type Pokemon with 160 HP. And it has the ability Untamed Shout, which says when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may put 3 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. 1 dark and 1 colorless energy will let you do Obstruct, which deals 90 damage, and says during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from basic Pokemon. Weakness to Grass-type energy, resistance to none, and retreat cost of 2. Now, unfortunately, this is not going to see a lot of play because it is a Stage 2 Pokemon, and unfortunately, it is just so difficult to get them out, even if you have Rare Candy. Now, what does Rare Candy do? Rare Candy allows you to evolve a Pokemon from a basic to a Stage 2 without needing that Stage 1 in your deck or hand to do it. So you can realistically, instead of taking 3 turns, putting your basic, then Stage 1, then Stage 2, you can do it in 2 turns. So you would do basic, play your item, which is the Rare Candy, and do the Stage 2 Pokemon, which would be this Galarian Obstagoon. Very cool, because you could do the Galarian Zigzagoon, drop a damage counter on it on one of your Pokemon, and then do this one, and put 3 damage counters on one Pokemon. So again, way to spread damage out, which is really good, but unfortunately it's just too hard to get that out, and so it probably is not going to see a ton of play. I really enjoy talking about cards and how they work and their interactions with each other and like just ways to kind of understand the game. So I'm thinking I might make some more videos about like how the game works and like how you can play. Bisharp and a Regieleki. Nice, man. We are gonna get, I swear, we are gonna get the full Regis. I say that as I've only pulled 2 of them, but again, when I went to Indianapolis last year, this was the deck that had just dropped. So they were giving away these as prizes for on the prize wall during the side event thing. So I was able to get some of these. Hisuian Overquill Reverse Hollow and another Mamoswine. I was able to get some of these. I think I got 3 packs as prizes last year, and I remember that I think I got Registeel and maybe Regirock. I don't remember, but I know I got 2 of them at least, and I think I might have gotten another Regice. So I'm actually sitting pretty solid on the Regis. Chateau, Reverse Hollow Zissou, and a Leafeon. Oh, my favorite. I think Leafeon is genuinely my favorite Pokemon. I love Leafeon so much. Why? Because I love Mother Earth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Temple of Sinnoh. Some very good cards in this set that are still seeing play right now. Reverse Hollow Piloswine and a Kleavor V. Alright. Interesting. Fighting type Pokemon, 210 HP. For 1 fighting type energy, you can do Cut, which deals 40 damage. And for 2 fighting type and a colorless, you can do Axe Slash, which deals 150 damage and says discard an energy from this Pokemon. If you do, discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Weakness to grass type Pokemon, resistance to none, and a retreat cost of 2. Alright, let's throw that in there. That, unfortunately, I don't think is going to see. Wow, I almost bent that. Not a ton of play. Yeah, just by the nature of that one. Unfortunately, fighting decks are not too incredible right now. Trying to think. Lucario V is like a little good. Like there really aren't very many other than like single strike sorry, I was reading this. This is a Hisuian Decidueye, Reverse Hollow. Another Avalugg. Good lord. Other than like single strike Urshifu, which honestly I cannot tell you the last time that I saw that deck. There really are not a lot of fighting type Pokemon decks out right now. Another reverse hologram. That's, I think, the third one. And a holographic Absol. Again, you're not going to see like ice type decks right now. What you see is Psychic with Mew. You see Lightning with, or I guess you will see Lightning with like Miraidon. Oh, look at that. Radiant Hawlucha. All right, give me 1 second. We got a Thievul. Let's look at this Radiant Hawlucha. Again, this is another Radiant Pokemon, which it says there is a Radiant Pokemon rule, which says you can't have more than one Radiant Pokemon in your deck. So if you want Radiant Hawlucha in there, you cannot have Radiant Greninja. You can only have one. This is a fighting type Pokemon with 90 HP. The ability that it has is as long as this Pokemon's on your bench, your Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon VMAX. That is huge. That is huge, especially because that is all-encompassing. Doesn't matter if it is a fighting type Pokemon or a psychic type Pokemon. It could be anything. Steel, water, anything. As long as this is on your bench, your Pokemon's attacks are going to do 30 more damage. Not really known for its attack because it costs 1 fighting energy and a colorless energy to do Spiral Kick, which deals 50 damage. Weakness to Psychic type Pokemon, a resistance to nothing, and retreat cost of 1. Other than just being really, really pretty, that's about it. I actually just bought this Pokemon, just to like, oh, that's hard to get in there. I just bought this Pokemon just to like have it for my collection. This one is not an expensive one. It's only like, I don't know, 50 cents. So it's not going to break the bank if you want to just grab that one. It's kind of nice that way, actually, that it's not gonna break the bank to grab these. Again, I also already have a Radiant Greninja, so like, it's really nice that for people who want to collect these, the prices are not insane, even remotely. Yeah, I think Radiant Hawlucha is like less than $1, like 30 to 70 cents. Oop, or spoiled that one a little bit. Radiant Greninja is maybe like $2, $3 max. That is a Trainer Gallery, Mightyena, and a Thievul. Zooming in on this Mightyena, Dark type Pokemon with 110 HP. Look at that little artwork right there with Sydney in the background. Very, very cool. Ability Hustle Bark, which says if your opponent has any Pokemon VMAX in play, this Pokemon's attacks cost 3 colorless energy less, which is really cool. So, yeah, very cool. For 3 colorless energy, though, you can do Wild Tackle, which deals 160 damage and says this Pokemon also does 50 damage to itself. Weakness to Grass-type Pokemon, resistance to none, and retreat cost of 2. Again, this is a very cool card with a very cool ability. Stage 1, so it's, you know, only 1 evolution, so not too terrible to take it down. Or Puchaina, I think only has 60 health though. So again, it's going to be real easy to just snipe that from the bench. Say maybe with a Raikou or something that deals damage to the active and to the bench. 110, not a lot of health to be working with, especially when it does 160 and it's going to be doing 50 to itself. So going to be kind of hard to play that, but as an artwork, it's gorgeous. Alrighty, and we are rounding it out here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more. We've had a ton of pulls on this one. Nothing like super insane. Just some solid cards. I feel like maybe, I don't know, how many did 264? Wow. Maybe that's why. I was going to say, it doesn't feel like this one we've gotten as much of a variation. Hisuian Quillfish Reverse Hollow, and a Machamp V. Machamp V is a fighting type Pokemon with 220 HP. And for 1 fighting and a colorless, you can do Revenge Buster, which deals 50 plus damage and says, if your bench Pokemon have any damage counters on them, this attack does 50 more damage. And then for 2 fighting and a colorless, you can do Seismic Toss, which deals 140 damage. And that's it. Weakness to Psychic type Pokemon, resistance to none, and a retreat cost of 3. That's a big boy. Yes. What was I saying? we were talking about? Oh yeah, it just feels like we do not have as much variance. Gosh, these are really like, I know they're supposed to be tight, but like it feels like I'm gonna bend them in half. What was I saying? Yeah, this one only has like 189 regular cards in it, not counting the secret rares. The Fusion Strike had 284, which is probably why it felt like it had so much more variety. I was like, are we even pulling, like, are we pulling the same cards or no? Reverse Hollow Drift Blim and another Regice. Very cool. We got enough Regice now, for sure. Yeah. This one just feels like a smaller set in general. Oh goodness, I'm running out of space. I'm running out of space so quickly. We still have another 20 to open with those Evolving Skies. Reverse Hollow Magnezone and a Thievel. 2, 3, 4 to go. I have not seen hide nor tail of Palkia, Origin Form Palkia V, or Dialga V. Wait and See Turbo, Reverse Hollow, and a Vespa Queen. Two, three, four. One of the newest sets has a really cool Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, I don't know how to say that one. Heyo, Galarian Zapdos V, Trainer Art, and a Miltank. Miltank real good, just gonna spotlight that for a second. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your Pokemon V. Very useful at times. Going back to this Galarian Zapdos V, again, this is a Zapdos V that is a trainer gallery. So very cool, really nice artwork. You got Sonia in the background trying to get a wrangle on it. This is a fighting type Pokemon with 200 HP with the ability Fighting Instinct, and says this Pokemon's attack cost 1 colorless less for each of your opponent's Pokemon V in play. This is a really useful card for a while. This was a big toolbox card. 1 fighting and 3 colorless energy will let you do Thunder's Kick, which deals 170 damage, and says before doing damage, discard a special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Weakness to Psychic type Pokemon, resistance to none, and a retreat cost of 1. Like I said, this was really good because if they have only Pokemon V basically in play, all you need is 3, which is typically what they're going to have at least in play. All you need is those 3, and then you just need the 1 fighting type, which could be covered by an Aurora energy. You could use that to make sure you have that, plus any other, energy, depending on what you need. So that's very cool. Reverse Hollow Hisuian Lilligant V, and another Vespa Queen. And here's our final one. Final pack for this set. All right. Trekking shoes. We have so many Grants. Oh my gosh, we have so many Grants, and I've never seen Grant played. Hey, we got another Phalanx and an Ursaluna. So we got another of these full art Phalanx cards in the, or not full art Phalanx, sorry, Trainer Gallery Phalanx cards. So that is really cool. I will go ahead and sleeve that one up as well. Very, very cool. That one just went right in. All right, so I don't know if you guys can see all of them because of how many there are. There are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 pulls out of 40 decks. So this one, again, not the best pulls. These two are especially cool, and so is this one. Those are some of the best ones, as well as this V-Star. That V-Star is really good too. So this is quality pulls here, and not only quality, but there is a lot. 17 pulls is a good number of pulls. That's like 1 in 2. So we were pulling a lot. Alrighty, And moving on to our evolving skies. Now this is going to be the one. If we can find the Moonbryon, this is what it will be in. Not Fusion Strike, but this one. All right. I don't have a ton of evolving skies. I do have a fair bit. Reverse Hollow Seedot and an Appleton. But the moniker for this one was Evolving Cries, and the reason was it had horrible pull rates. Absolutely awful pull rates. But we'll see if we can change our luck. Reverse Hollow Treasure Energy and a Golurk V. All right, starting off strong. 1 for 2. This is a Psychic type Pokemon with 220 HP. It is a single strike Pokemon. For 1 Psychic Energy and 2 Colorless Energy, you can do Mega Punch, which deals 80 damage. And then for 2 Psychic and 2 Colorless, you can do Rewind Beam, which deals 180 damage and says if your opponent's active Pokemon is an evolved Pokemon, devolve it by putting the highest stage evolution card on it into your opponent's hand. Very interesting. Weakness to Dark Pokemon with a resistance to Fighting type Pokemon and a retreat cost of 3. Alright. What a strange Pokemon. Well, not a strange Pokemon, but a strange card. I have not actually seen that one. That ability. So that is kind of neat to see that. Alright, just a quick issue with the camera up there. You guys did not miss much. I just pulled the Rescue Carrier, which was a Reverse Hollow Rescue Carrier and a Galarian Articuno, which is really cool because, one, it's Galarian Articuno and it is holographic, but it also has the ability Cruel Charge, which says when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may attach up to 2 Psychic Energy cards from your hand to this Pokemon, which is super useful for getting energy out onto the playing field. All right, and continuing on here. Alrighty, 1, 2, 3, 4. I was that close to having no issues with the camera, but then it shut off. Reverse Hollow Switching Cups and a Gourgeist. It shut off and the battery said plug me in, and I was like, oh, okay. we were close. That's all right. We'll edit it out in post. Reverse Hollow Stoutland and Entei. Such a cool, one of my favorite dogs. Yes, Entei is my favorite of the legendary dogs. Love Entei. I've always loved Entei. Suicune is cool, and Raikou. I think it would definitely be Reverse Hollow Jumpluff and a Kyurem. That is a sick card. I think my favorite is definitely, oops. I did not see what it was. I know we have a purple Reverse Hollow. My favorite is Entei, then Raikou, then Suicune. Reverse Hollow Marshadow. It's a cool card. And Salamence Holographic. Bunch of these dragon holographics. One, two, three, four. Try and get this finished before the battery wears out again. Reverse Hollow Sharpedo and a Flapple. Very cool. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. I think Appleton is the better of the Applin evolutions. I said it. Scraggy Reverse Hollow and a Tropius. I said it and I stand by it. Flapple is cool, but Appleton rocks. Wow, lots of face. Wow, lots of item cards there. That's wild. Applin. Speaking of, Reverse Hollow Boldor, that's cool. Wishy-washy. I remember this now. I remember pulling like 4 Wishy-washy from some Evolving Skies packs. I remember this now. There's so many of these that like I just don't remember seeing, even though like this was, I pulled a lot of these. Herdier, and a Shriftry. I suppose I shouldn't say that I pulled a lot of these. I opened 2 ETBs of these. So like I know what's in here roughly, but like I've just forgotten because so much of this stuff is just not used right now. Reverse Hollow Fletchender and a Gigalith. It's a cool card actually. It's really quite cool. Oh boy, black code card. Hoping for that Moonbryon. Let's see what we got. Ooh, that's actually really cool. Reverse Hollow Ampharos and, hey, speaking of that, Suicune V. Alright, this is Suicune V. It is a water-type Pokemon with 210 health. It has the ability Fleet-Footed, which says once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may draw a card. For 1 water and 1 colorless, you can do Blizzard Rondo, which deals 20 plus damage and says this attack does 20 more damage for each benched Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. Weak to lightning type Pokemon, resistance to none, and a retreat cost of 2. Very cool. This was another card, or another set, another deck that kind of kicked my butt a little bit because I was, back when I was doing the Dragapult, because Dragapult relied heavily on the Inteleon engine, which meant that I had, 2 to 3 Sobbles, Gordy Reverse Hollow, and another Wishy-Washy. There we go. It's not Evolving Cries without Wishy-Washy. So I had, multiple Sobbles, multiple Dragapults on my bench, and that just did a ton of damage and just ripped through a lot of my stuff. Alrighty, Reverse Hollow Carvana and a Drampa. 4 more. What are the odds? What are the odds? Probably not good. Probably not good. Raihan always useful. Dream Ball, also pretty good. Reverse Hollow Nickit and a Talonflame. Alright, 2 more. No, 3 more, sorry, 3 more. Black code card. We just want something fun. Oh, there is something fun happening, I can tell. I've got a little shine at the back there. Something's in. Reverse Hollow Ursaring and... oh, look at that! Very cool. This is a full art trainer card. And it is Raihan, who is super useful and super amazing in all ways and shapes and forms. Raihan is so cool. Supporter card Raihan. Full art, it says you can play this card only if any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn. Attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. If you do, search your deck for a card and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. I love Raihan as a character. I also love Raihan's gym, which is the dragon type gym. And I use Raihan in, I I used it in the Dragapult deck. I did not use it in the Lugia deck. It didn't really need it in the Lugia deck. But I love the full arts. I don't have Raihan, so this one is an awesome find. Alrighty. Honestly, I'm pretty happy about that. Like, that's cool. Getting a Raihan, that's pretty sweet. Pikachu! Reverse Hollow Drowsy and Zoroark. Very useful card. Extremely, extremely useful card. And it's a holographic. Last pack. This is not only the last pack from Evolving Skies that we're going to open, but it is the last pack of this entire 140 pack opening, which is pretty cool. Made it through 140 packs. If you are still with me at this point, congratulations. I really appreciate it. Reverse Hollow Gourgeist and a Lilligant to round us out. All right, that's it. 140 packs, and we got some pretty sweet hits. Solid stack right there of really exciting cards. Look at all those shinies in there. Shiny, shiny, shinies. Awesome. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I had a very fun time opening all of these packs with you, seeing all these fun cards, and just getting a really long form video. This is the longest long form video like this that hasn't been live that I've done, and I hope to do a lot more. Like I said, I'm hoping to do, you know, not really shift where the channel is going, but just do some more content on like how to play Pokemon. What are some strategies? What are you looking for if you want to play with friends, if you want to play competitively, and just see that, as well as all, you know, other fun things Nintendo, like opening our amiibos and, you know, reviewing some games here and there. So I hope you're enjoying everything. If you want to, you know, leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see, I'd love to, you know, maybe make a video revolving around that. Otherwise, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. That does help a lot, and subscribe to the channel. Because that means the world to me. So thank you all so very much. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Be kind to each other, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.